I'm sure you will be. All right, we got this thing fucking working. Yes, I know we're an hour late. Sorry, we're running on Floridian time, so we were all off like fucking crazy. I know you want to, just not now. We're doing stream work. Things.
Yeah. Keep it platonic for now. You can have your hate sex
I never
later.
keep it platonic.
Well,
I don't
if
see the
anything,
point.
wait a few minutes and then you can terrorize the Protestant.
I've got King Gordy for that. You will have a very high bar for the level of fucked up shit when it comes to horrorcore rap.
Awesome.
Oh, he hasn't heard about the roofie jokes.
I mean, tell me. It should be interesting, because as far as like horror rap and stuff, I'm used to like ICP and stuff like that, or just the regular shit about, you know, people jumping around on 40-inch rims, you know, foot-long dicks that can't get hard and all sorts of shit like that. You know, just
I can think of a lot worse. No, seriously, you want to be made to blush. King Gordy is going to be the one I'm going to tell you to look at.
You mean the pig movie?
I don't know, but that could possibly be.
Yeah,
he is indeed a rapper.
I see. Well, I was referring to the knockoff of Babe.
No, never heard of that then.
Balls.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do. Yeah, pretty decent movie. All right, and as you can tell, people, today we have a fun set of stories for you. We got some decent shots going on now that St. Patrick's Day is over and people are not as hungover as they normally would be. So all the crime of Shirakistan has returned back to its normal pace, especially now that it's not the holidays and it's not cold as hell anymore. So
speak for yourself. It's still cold up here.
Well, good for you. That means less dead bodies over by you. Unless it gets so cold that they freeze, then potentially more dead bodies.
Which almost happened one year because someone actually did get that drunk in a toga.
Toga.
That's why you confine those to the interior of the house. Rule of thumb. That's why you normally have Praetorians guarding all the doors and stuff. So Tucker's only get out for a few minutes to piss.
Now, you see, the problem is I'm pretty sure it was one of the ROTC guys, and those guys, some of them think they won't die. Ever.
I knows the feeling.
Yeah, I think they need to take a trip in the sex truck.
No, they don't. It's the sex house.
Sex house.
And I'm also not kidding, because the SJWs infected the nerd. They infected the nerd fraternity here. And I'm never going... What?
How?
I don't know. It happened within 1 year.
Oh, for fuck's sake. They probably told him Karl Marx was an RPG.
No. I have to conclude that it was building. But just like transition from a year, I managed to find out that they had completely turned their little lounge area from an actually nice game house to everybody thinks they have orgies in there now.
Okay, then. That sounds interesting.
No, it doesn't, because I know some of the people there, and the rule is never stick your dick in crazy.
Sounds like 3 of my ex-girlfriends.
You have bad luck then, Frank.
Yeah. Uncle Frank here is known for his crazy women. Isn't that right, Harley?
Yes, but I'm the good kind of crazy. I'm the type that goes with him being crazy.
No, you're responsible about your craziness.
Yes.
These are college kids. These are SJW college kids.
Oh, they're the ones I get to feed to my hyena?
Yeah, sure. We'll hit them with dildo bats or something, then just feed them to the... Are they sent from cats or dogs? I'm not sure what it is with hyenas.
The multicolored bright hair is a denotation of flavoring. This one tastes like blueberry.
Hyenas are a breed of dog.
Dog?
They're in the canine family.
This one, this one tastes like grape.
That all right, we'll feed. We'll bleed them with dildo bats and we'll feed them to the dogs.
The ones with the yellow hair don't taste like women; they're just blonde.
Oh, well, hopefully they don't give the dog
Not
indigestion.
one of them is that. I'm pretty sure every single one of them is some variation of dyed brunette, and there is at least one person who is I am a dude, but I pretty much am a lady.
Wow. And not even in the ironic Aerosmith 1980s video, dude looks like a lady kind of way.
He's the I dye my hair Technicolor over the year. I wear dresses on and off. I wear dresses in public on and off, and quite frankly, the most uptight son of a bitch. Who, if I could, I would punch him. I would punch him just to be like, dude, let them drop.
Well, speaking of all sorts of depraved perversion, I have just been notified. Oh, holy crap, Cryptic's here. Greetings, motherfucker. We haven't seen you in God knows how long. Where the hell have you been? Fucker.
Cryptic.
And on top of that, Malevolent Rider told me I apparently have 69 subs now, so I have a trifecta of jokes for that.
And they all have cruise missiles.
Yeah.
Oh, this hot cocoa is amazing.
Speaking so is my beer.
Speaking of hot cocoa, let's see. You're probably not going to like this, Burnside, but unfortunately, the Vancouver Canucks Stans have defeated the Chicago Big Blackhawks.
God damn it!
Yeah.
Maybe we got to start doing that crazy thing that Florida Man does, where they all do a whole bunch of copious amounts of drugs and have sex with things.
Well, tonight that would be the New York Islanders, because the Tampa Bay Lightning defeated them 7-6. Sorry, Scoob. Oh, man.
Shit.
Oh, gosh. Vegas is currently up 1-0 on the San Jose Sharks. 19:50 left in the second period. LA Kings are destroying the Colorado Avalanche with 16. Oh, sorry. 5. No, I'm sorry. 6-1. Damn. They scored a goal while I was talking. They're now 6-1 in the third period with 16 left, and wow. Yeah,
you asked me. The only important thing is, did anybody die to a ice skate yet?
I don't think anybody's died in a while. Let's see. The Manhattan Rangers have lost to the Philadelphia Flyers. Of course, we call them the Manhattan Rangers because they play in Manhattan, and we frankly don't think they deserve the title of New York, because Manhattan's kind of its own little fucked up little place. Anyhow, let's see. Carolina Hurricanes have defeated the Arizona Coyotes 6-5. The Columbus Blue Jackets destroyed Florida Man 4-0. The Florida Panthers have lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Thank you very much, Columbus. Let's see. The Edmonton Oilers have defeated the Ottawa Senators 6-2. And the Washington Capitals defeated the Detroit Red Wings. Sorry, Wolfie and Sylvanas. And looks like Irving's not favorite team, I repeat, his not favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, have defeated the Nashville Predators. Very sorry, Veteran Mountain Man.
Damn it.
Speaking of Veteran Mountain Man, where the hell is he tonight? Anyhow, that was the NHL break, brought to you by the Next 6 Minutes.
I've got a little special something for the Chicago Blackhawks, man. If you bastards don't start winning these goddamn games, I'm going to feed you to Rahm Emanuel. Instead of saying, go Hawks, go, they'll go tax, Hawks, tax. Tax, Hawks, tax.
Yeah.
No, don't tell them to tax. You already have one group of people who already do that way too much in Chicago.
No, they're going to tax the Blackhawks. What the hell are they going to tax me? I mean, I'm not going to get tickets to go see that shit, because it's already expensive enough as is, you know. So all the regular yuppies from the north end of town, you know, we'll weed them out. Just go, yes, tax, Hawks, tax. Tax, Hawks, tax. You know, they'll have a temporary, you know, entertainment tax. So then in return, the coach is going to start beating them with his hockey stick again and go, you fuckers better not play, goddammit. Tax, Hawks, tax. Tax, Hawks, tax. Now get out there and play some fucking hockey and punch people in the face.
Yeah, it's, I fully expect my Stars to not make the playoffs. I would not have said that maybe about 2 or maybe 3 weeks ago. I thought they would probably have a pretty damn good chance of securing a wild card position, but they're dropping like flies. I mean, they are dropping like flies. The injury bug is just risen up like a freaking Marchmas hard-on and just screwed their pooch from assways to Sunday, and that it sucks seeing that, but you know, it is what it is. Okay,
I heard some Marchmas came over by Scooby not too long ago.
Yeah, they
Came
got
over there
hit by
this morning.
they got hit by a nor'easter. It's like the third one in what 3 weeks.
Yeah, I actually caught photos. I work at the local college library, and I generally check Time magazine every week when it comes out. They actually had pictures of some of it. It's nasty. It is nasty.
Yeah.
Also, incidentally, the latest issue of Time might actually be worth getting because they did an interview with a certain Jordan Peterson.
Did they?
Ooh,
yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, they did. Time magazine, if you don't know, they always have the back page being that they'll do an interview thing. And Jordan Peterson was actually featured.
There was, I want to say, probably the best. I don't agree with I would say maybe about 40% of what this guy has on his channel, but this time he made a pretty damn good one. It was his critique of the Jordan Peterson and the frizzy blonde haired chick
Kathy Newman.
Yeah, it was
critique, huh?
His critique, and it was a damn good critique as well. Offered probably some of the best analysis I've seen from this kind of video for that kind of occasion. So I'm going to throw that in the live chat so people can. Well, it doesn't look like I can do that because I don't have a wrench. Why don't I have a wrench there, Burnside?
You don't have a wrench? What the hell? Okay.
I don't have a wrench.
Let me
Bad
fix
Burnside.
that. Okay, type something so I can click on your name. Huh, that's strange.
Ryder and Hyrukin have wrenches. I do not.
I has a wrench.
Moderator.
I see where your loyalties lie.
Uh-oh. That's weird. Why the hell didn't you have a wrench? Didn't I give it to you last time I hosted?
Nope.
Huh. Son of a bitch. Did you forget to roll a
Damn,
D20?
Six, you even misspelled wrench.
Yes, I did that on purpose because I'm miffed. I'm miffed. I'm like
he's grumpy because he didn't get his regular Yvette for Larka visit.
Fuck off.
My tiny little Filipino goddess didn't join me too.
She didn't bash your fash good enough.
Didn't bash my fash enough. Wow. Anyhow.
I'm gonna have to find an image of her trying to sock somebody and then just Photoshop a cowboy you'd sitting there like, yes.
Put the spurs to me, baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, bonus points. Bonus points if you can get a good Photoshop shot of the guy from Doctor Strangelove riding the bomb.
I might be able to do that. I'll stick that in the background.
I don't remember who it was, but they said that they'll try to Photoshop Yvette Falarka into the Luke Skywalker's backpack and have like my logo on Luke's face.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
Do or do not, there is no try by any means necessary.
She's still in jail, right?
I have no idea where she is, and that's the problem.
She was actually convicted in California, of all places.
Wow,
that's funny. Well,
no, there were charges brought up. I'm pretty sure she got convicted, and she's serving some amount of jail time.
Interesting. Well, I wonder if they have conjugal visits.
Why would you want to?
Ooh, I see where you're going with that
He
one.
has a weird thing for this bitch.
I wonder if they'll let her have a taser.
Ooh, damn,
Okay, six is a masochist confirmed.
Oh,
Only when it comes to pint-sized Filipinos.
my dear Protestant, we all are here. You are doomed.
Speaking of my
Frank, don't
fortunes,
you understand? I'm a sadomasochist. I love being hurt and hurting people.
Well, speaking of my fortunes, here's my what do you call them? Horoscope thing.
Horoscope.
Horoscope from for Taurus. Although you mean no harm, something you casually share can stir up a hornet's nest today as hidden feelings are revealed by any means necessary. A deep-rooted disagreement over core values may upset your romantic partner or close friend.
Damn it, where's Scooby?
Rather than inflaming the situation by maintaining a fixed position, it's wiser to let the hive's buzz settle without further provocation. Ooh. Don't be afraid to back down now. A gesture of reconciliation might be in order, since words alone won't likely resolve your differences. Avoid the temptation to expect immediate results without losing faith in the healing power of love. Okay, that was my horoscope for today. May, not May, it's March. March what? March 22nd? I don't fucking know. March 22nd.
March 22nd. And I have an update for your Yvette Farlarka.
Do you?
Oh, giggity.
Yes, I do. And this was posted in January. That she's been ordered to pay legal fees of the former president of the Berkeley College of Republicans.
Wow, so she's not going to be my sugar mama.
She's going to be hard up for cash, 6.
No, that's not the big part. She's paying the fascists that she bashes.
Yeah, she's having to pay $10,000 in attorney's fees and $1,100 in court fees for her failed attempt to get a permanent restraining order against Troy Warden and the former head of the Berkeley College Republicans.
Well, my future baby mama is not going to be quitting that job of hers.
By any means, I will pay them by any means necessary.
Oh.
Honestly, I say that's worse than jail time because, and I hope they just make her say, you have to look this man in the face and pay him.
Oh, God. If there's anything that needs to be done at this point, I have a twisted fucking idea. And I need to get in touch with Shadman and go, hey, I got a commission for you for Yvette Farlarka. Oh, yeah. We got to get this done, yeah.
So I'm going to see if Jansport makes backpacks that have a weight capacity of 130 pounds or more.
I don't know, man. She's an SJW. I think they weigh more than they look.
Okay. Well, hey, you know, if the straps hold up, I'm going to be doing front flips with her in my backpack, and she's going to teach me the ways of the Force.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Did you see what I just put in chat, man? It begins. Repay the fash by any means necessary by Shadman. Oh.
For the fash, you need to make it out to cash.
I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, God. Type that up to me. I gotta say. I'll have to re-jump into that dude's Discord when he says, go, hey, dude, what? You still taking money for commissions? Yes. How deep does it go? Very deep, my friend. Very deep into the well. The darkest place of the well. We can reach it by any means necessary. Oh shit.
Well, speaking of by any means necessary, our first chaos news story. Wow. Okay, woman on mobility scooter weaves through busy traffic into Memphis interstate.
Oh Jesus, that sounds like me when I have a senile episode.
Wow. Memphis, Tennessee. So this is your neck of the woods, veteran mountain man, wherever the hell you are. A woman on a mobility scooter caused a stir for drivers as she slowly careened between cars on busy Elvis Presley Boulevard into Interstate 55 Friday evening. Tawana
Question
Murphy
number one.
caught the... What's that?
Question number one. How does one slowly careen? 2, why is she in the mobility scooter? Because that will affect the comedic value.
We will find all these wonderful juicy tidbits out forthwith. Tawana Murphy caught the incident on Facebook Live as she tried to slow down other drivers and get the woman to pull over. She said later she was scared for the woman as she recorded it. But the woman appears to have...
As she recorded it.
But the woman, who appears to have flowers and an oxygen tank on her scooter, kept on going through a red light at Brooks Road. By the time she got on the ramp to I-55 North, other drivers began surrounding the woman. A police officer was waiting for her on the interstate, but she attempted to evade the officer. Damn.
Oh, damn.
Please, for the love of God, tells me this woman had the oxygen tank because she was fat, and what was mistaken to be a chase was actually her having a heart attack while on the scooter, and it just keeping on going.
Well, from the picture here, she does not. Let me just put it this way.
Oh, she's old. Gotcha.
She's old. She's not a small one. And she may not be all there. Let's just put it that way. So she's
Oh, it's a dementia story. This went from funny to sad.
Yeah, let's see. By 8:30, police at the scene strapped the scooter to the back of a squad car and drove away. It doesn't specify whether they took her out of the scooter first.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this was from Grand Theft Auto, like...
Yeah, there was no word from police Friday on who the woman is or whether she might face any charges. Oh, shit.
The cop might have to worry about some charges.
Well, the silver lining is that we started this one off with a Tennessee woman story and not a Florida woman story.
Dun, dun, dun.
And this was, of course, brought to us by Colleen Bernier, who is our senior Florida correspondent. Thank you very much, Colleen, for this wonderful story and for all the others you are bringing to us tonight. Let's see. Here's another little interesting thing. For those of you who enjoy a good firearm-related YouTube video late at night or early in the morning before you get your other shit done, I certainly do. I enjoy quite a plethora of different firearm channels. Rack Veteran 8888, Tal Flatermouse, Demolition Ranch, Forgotten Weapons, Hickok 45, Hickok and Son, just to name a few. And I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset that YouTube has begun to change its policies regarding these particular kinds of videos and this genre.
I heard about that, right? YouTube's throttling the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's an interesting bit of response to that. YouTube gun ban drives bloggers to Pornhub.
Oh yeah!
I also heard about that one. I heard it was only one guy, and even then, it's kind of murky as to whether or not he actually did it. I heard there's another site though that they're all going to. It's what is it?
I don't know.
30 or something. I don't remember. Like I caught this in the comments section of a Sticks vid on the topic. So yeah, my memory's going to be fuzzy on that one.
We'll see what this article has to say. Let's see. YouTube has banned videos that show people how to manufacture or modify guns and their accessories. Well, it's a little more general than that. But we'll see here. It had already banned videos linked to the sale of guns and accessories. Many firearms enthusiasts noticed that some of their videos have been removed from the video sharing website, and some had their channels suspended. Prominent gun video bloggers said the move was an erosion of U.S. citizens' rights, and some say they would move their content to Pornhub instead. YouTube's policies now prohibit videos that show how to make a firearm, ammunition, high-capacity magazine, or homemade silencers. Bit of a misnomer. They're not called silencers. They're called suppressors.
Dumbasses.
Well, they didn't even
stylistically modify that to silence suppressors, but you must have the suppressors in there in order to be correct as far as nomenclature goes. Anyhow.
No, you want to know what I didn't hear in there? I didn't think I heard make own gun. Because if that's the case, Philip A. Ludi called. He wants his rights back.
Are designed to sell guns or specific accessories, including high-capacity magazines and tools that convert a firearm to automatic fire. Show how to convert a firearm to automatic or simulated automatic fire. Show how to install such accessories or modifications. The change was met with anger from some video makers who modify guns and show off their creations as a hobby. Carl Casarda and Ian McCollum, who run the gun review site In Range TV, said they started posting their videos on Facebook and pornography site Pornhub. Quote, "We will not be seeking any monetization from Pornhub. We are merely looking for a safe harbor for our content and for our viewers," the pair said in a statement. Firearms manufacturer Spikes Tactical said the change reflected attempts to, quote, "slowly chip away at our freedoms and erode our rights." Videomaker Georg Sprava said he appreciated YouTube was now, quote, "defining their guidelines more clearly." Well, their guidelines suck, regardless of how much clarity they have in their description
or lack thereof.
There we go. But he said
out of Google. There's your first problem.
Yeah, he said the change had been introduced without a transitional period. Quote, "Many gun channels must now be afraid," he told news site Motherboard. Quote, "They should at least get some time to clean up their videos so the new rules are kept." Unsuitable for children. On Tuesday, YouTube was criticized after the Sun newspaper found a step-by-step instructions on how to build an air rifle on YouTube Kids, the company's app for children.
Air rifle, come on, like it's that dangerous.
Despite being designed for
never
children,
seen Girardoni.
You're gonna shoot your eye out.
its content is curated by algorithms. Inappropriate video have repeatedly slipped through the net.
We've been saying this for a while now, haven't we? YouTube, Google, the AI cannot do moderating for you.
Wah, wah, wah. In February,
first come up. Not the first time. People have been making this point for a while. Google, are you gonna do your fucking job or what?
No, of course they're not going to do the job. Why would they?
Well,
this is Google we're talking about.
Yeah, Google would rather dispense with hiring more people to actually watch these videos, and more about buying their
corollary. You might
their
be
seventh yacht.
Did you guys hear that Ted Cruz is actually going to bat against Google?
Oh, that should be interesting. I'll have my eye on that one.
Yeah, there's like some. He actually went up to them saying, "You're depriving people of their rights." But it sounds like it became a federal case at some point.
Interesting.
Ooh, this should be interesting.
I'll have my eye on this one.
Yeah, something I caught hearsay on YouTube political channel shit skimming, and I don't know what.
Interesting.
I don't really know the details, so I don't know if it's done, if it's ongoing, but it's.
Well,
But apparently, I will have to give Scooby credit next time I see him. His theory about Ted Cruz may not have been as off base as I thought it was.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that one develops. Let's see. In February, the BBC's Newsround program found instructions on how to sharpen knives on YouTube Kids.
Oh,
sharpen knives.
Lord, like it's that sharpen a knife. You know, you might need that to cut a cantaloupe. You think?
Or a
Burnside,
sandwich in
you know how Burnside,
or a frozen kiwi.
Yeah.
No, there's like there's a hidden meta bad to this that we're all forgetting.
What's that?
Remember when Britain used to be the great example for what gun control was supposed to look like?
What? When? I've never heard of such thing.
No, that used to be the thing. You know how everybody lionizes Australia now as the country that got gun control right?
Oh yeah.
It used to be the UK. You know why they don't use the UK anymore?
Because the Yahoo rape bar?
No. No, think topical. The criminals switched to knives.
Yep.
So congratulations, YouTube Kids. You've pretty much done the UK equivalent of putting a video on how to improve a gun on YouTube Kids.
Yep. For Stabby McStabby Pants. Anyhow, at the time,
Chinkity,
YouTube said it had
shink.
It had a variety of processes in place to try to prevent inappropriate material appearing on its platforms. Well, they've done a shit show kind of job as far as that goes, and they've screwed over everybody, thus proving that progressives don't really have a plan when it comes to, anything, really.
They don't know how to build anything. That's the problem. They only know how to destroy.
They only want to progressively make things worse. That's
right.
That's their idea.
The only people that get screwed over are the law-abiding, and they just don't know how. They just don't know how to come up with anything that doesn't screw over law-abiding people.
Where have I heard this before?
Something 19 something 84 something movie thing book.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking along the lines of, gee, how many times have people tried to stop this information from getting out? And look at what happens when it eventually gets out.
Yeah,
you dumbass.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, that's just an accident. That's an accident. No, we need to get a certain Nelson Munson here because it's gone from accident to incompetence.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we talk about incompetence, and it's a wonderful thing, but some people only understand it in the most academic sense. They don't really have a grasp on the meat and the potatoes, the gristle. The gelatinous fat that flavors this entire dish. But allow me to show you an image and read you a story associated with this image of I think where incompetence begins, at least in some ways. So here we go. This is an image of a man eating Lucky Charms out of a pothole.
If it weren't for the fact that I knew that some people would tear up sidewalks to make temporary barbecue pits during block parties, but
your lack of horror is horrifying.
No, I've seen stupider.
That's too bad. That's
not too bad. That's called you're in college and you see what the drunk people do.
Yeah, I still say that's too bad. Okay, so I'm going to read this article about this young man in Michigan. Michigan, yes.
I'll just call him dumbass.
Yeah, dumbass. The mind of a young man is a mysterious place. No one can be sure how it works or what strange forces shape it. Nevertheless, when we stumbled upon a photo of a Twitter depicting a young man appearing to eat Lucky Charms out of a Michigan pothole, we knew we had to at least try to find out more. Quote, "I don't really know," says Andrew, 22-year-old Eastern Michigan University student who declined to offer his last name.
He's a college student.
Yeah. when asked what inspired him to eat cereal out of a pothole. Quote, I remember texting my roommate and I was like, I just got a great idea. And he was like, oh no, what is it? He says, and then I told him, and then we both had a laugh about it. And then he went and did it that night. To be sure, Michigan's roads have been infamously horrible this season. The American Society of Engineers gave our roads a D- grade in its latest annual infrastructure report card. And on Tuesday, Governor Rick Snyder signed a $175 million spending bill to fund repairs using money that was originally intended for next year. Ooh.
No, you want to know the really sad part about this story?
Cookies.
It's a waste of Lucky Charms.
No,
because they're so
no, not that
magically
it's
delicious.
No, it's not that it's a waste of Lucky Charms, and it's that in this guy's stupidity, he actually brought awareness to a legitimate issue in Michigan.
Ooh.
Do tell.
Ooh, spicy.
If you heard it, Michigan's roads are really bad. A stupid stunt like that's a great way of pointing out, hey, Mr. Governor, you don't take care of your damn state.
Why would he? He's the governor. You expect him to do his job? What are you, high?
No.
We should stop and frisk you for drugs and then do a mandatory drug test and then baton you and then incarcerate you for hundreds of dollars for daring to
Well now,
question
Burnside. Well now,
governor.
Burnside. Let's examine this one just a bit more. I'm going to actually Google Mr. Governor Rick Snyder, and we'll find out all about
All right.
it.
I mean, let's Google.
Like
You're
it's
Googling
Michigan.
that.
My hopes aren't high.
Mhm.
Well, unfortunately, this man is a Republican, and
Dun, dun, dun.
probably one of the swamp dwelling Republicans that we no longer need. I would like to see a member of his own party to rise up and dethrone this incumbent if he is actually the incompetent individual that is being painted in this particular article. But if he actually turns out to be a pretty good guy, then why not let him? No governor is perfect.
Yeah, I suppose now that I think about it, they had an interesting choice of words. The roads in Michigan have been pretty bad this year.
Yeah, that there's a caveat there. So
yeah, I mean, I live up where the road salt just eats away at everything. At everything, and you don't get that bad usually without it either being a while or something special happening.
Yeah.
I do have something special that I would like to mention, although it requires our introduction. Six, if you will, lead us in the prayer.
Let's see. Before we, I know what you're going at, but let me finish off the article here.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were still working on that.
Yeah. So Andrew says his goal was to find a pothole that would be big enough to pour an entire box of Lucky Charms and a gallon of milk into.
First off, the fact he succeeded is pretty bad. Second off, he's still a dumbass.
Quote, it didn't take us too long to find that one, he says of the pothole, which he found in Trenton. Another state with a city named Trenton. That's a bad sign. Anyhow, and yes, Andrew confirms he did eat out of it. I took a couple of bites of it twice because we took one video, but we accidentally deleted it, so I had to go and eat a little bit more, he says. And you know what? Everyone thought it was going to taste bad and there'd be dirt in it, but it tasted perfectly normal. That's until the bacteria works into your gut and just fucks you up from the inside. But we'll wait. We'll wait on that verdict later. We'll anyhow,
he could be one of those guys who just plain doesn't get sick.
Could be. It's like gut bacteria, natural gut bacteria. It's like the fucking a Spartan phalanx or whatever. Anyhow, of his strategy, Andrew says, I tried to skim off the top. He originally posted the video to a Snapchat where he says it earned a respectable number of likes and comments. But once his roommate put the photo on Twitter, it took off, earning more than 2,700 likes and nearly 800 retweets as of Wednesday evening. Andrew says he got some negative comments and isn't really sure why. Quote, I saw a really terrible pothole, so I thought I'd make a joke about it, he says. I drove by it the next day, and it still looked like a whole bowl full of milk and cereal. It's funny. He also offers some possible insight into his motivations behind the stunt. Quote, some girl I never met before recognized me on campus from that, he says. Wink, wink, and nudge, nudge.
Giggity, 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 fornication event for Larko.
Oh, man.
You guys are seriously gonna make me sick again.
Well, there are
so
two
does
of
that
you,
mean
so
I
don't worry
gotta
about
find a
that.
pothole in San Antonio and eat me a big old pot full of Lucky Charms to get my sweetie vet?
No,
Oh, yeah.
you need to one up that guy.
I need to fill the pothole up with pizza.
No. I know what you need to do. You need to find a drainage ditch which to falls.
Bacon.
Oh my gosh.
You need to find a depression in there and then do something.
Yep.
I don't know, Yvette. That's kind of a tall order.
Oh no, you want to know how tall it is? I've been down there because that's where my sister lives. You can't drink the water.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's so full of chemicals. It's only good. Ironically, it's only good for washing yourself with. If you need water, you actually have to go buy it.
Balls, dude.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Why the hell do you think I don't want to live there?
I don't know.
It's hot. I can't drink the damn water, and it's pretty much a ghetto now. Why?
It's still better than Harvey, buddy. It's still better than Harvey.
I don't know, man.
You ever been here?
Let's take a break from Chaos News and let's hear. I think you may have some statistics there.
Yes.
Do I need to sing a little ditty here?
Oh, by all means, lead us in prayer.
Everybody, hold hands and light your candles.
I can't. They don't let us have them in college.
That sucks. Well, think of a candle in your mind. All right. Me. Oh, Rahm Emanuel, the patron saint of nutshots, the patron saint of gun control. Make the gods of gun control happy. Let the testicles roll downhill. Take it away.
All right. Hear ye. For this beeth the status as of yesterday, I believe. Might be today, but I believe these have been updated from yesterday. All right. We have a total of 88 people shot and killed, 378 of which are wounded, which leaves a total of 466 total people shot. We're already up to a good start from last year. So we got to keep that rolling. Our total homicides in general are at 107. We're a little low on that end, but, you know, everything else compensates. And, oh, it looks like we have had, oh, wait, nope, we already went over that. My apologies there. We have, now, out of all of our favorite shots, as you could have assumed from the headline, we have 22 ass shots. Over the St. Patrick's holiday, it seems that quite a few people got pissed off at each other, but decided that they're going to go aim for the cheeks instead of the nuts.
Hey, Burnside, guess what today is?
Yeah. What day is it?
It's the 22nd.
Oh!
Synchronicity.
Nice.
Symmetry. Synchronicity and other things that begin with sync.
Absolutely.
You say
Cinco de Mayo?
that. You say that. I say beer. I say alcohol was involved. Crazy shit happens when alcohol is involved.
Yes.
Oh,
Always.
Everything includes alcohol that's bad. Pish posh.
What's the
We've got
informal
20
law? There's a direct proportion with the amount of people saying, "Hey, look at this," and the person's blood alcohol count. There's also a correlation between how injured that person is going to be in about the next minute.
There's also a correlation here between voting Democrat and dead bodies, which we have plenty of already.
And getting
Which
shot in the
makes my
ass.
There's a meta
Yep.
point about how they make their own problem that they want to fix.
Oh, absolutely. Why do you think I do this? I make fun of the problems that they make, and I make even more fun about their attempts to fix quotation the said problem.
Then there used to be an old principle called what was that? Problem action solution or something. Problem reaction solution.
Yeah.
So it's manufactured something or other, something I don't remember. That was like 20 years ago the last time I heard that. But
Make the problem react to the problem, and then you get to pick the problem because you're supposedly the person who's going to fix it.
right.
Trust me, this shit happens all the time in economics, and quite frankly, Burnside, there's more hilarity to be had.
Well, I do have another something funny. We have had a total of 7 people shoot themselves.
This is accidentally, not intentionally.
Yep, accidentally. Yep. Yeah, we have a total of 7 selfie shots, or oh shit shots, this year. It's not attempted suicide, just people being dumbasses. You know, people going around trying to go and look all fancy while they're trying to shoot each other and grabbing their nuts.
Please tell me at least one of them involved someone trying to dismantle an AR-15 again, and that just going totally foobar.
Oh, that's the thing. You can't buy any form of assault rifle in the city limits of Chicago, or 30, 40 miles outside of the city of Chicago.
Oh, come on. A semi-auto AR-15 ain't an assault rifle. And if they say it's an assault rifle, they don't know what the fuck guns are.
No, I can't get a Kalashnikov, can't get an Armalite rifle, can't get the Sig Sauer XM something rifle. No, anything that's technically a military rifle you can't own within the city limits, or 30 or 40 miles you can't purchase it out of. You literally have to go out to the boonies or outside of the state of Illinois to get your fun guns. And typically, as soon as they go and see Chicago on your license, they go, "Oh hell no!" and they throw you out and close the store for 3 days, because they expect bureaucrats and people to just go start, running up to them, going, "Oh, do you know you sold the gun to this school shooting or this shooting or that shooting?" Even though it didn't occur yet, but they still scare the crap out of them because, God forbid people know how to defend themselves.
Frank, for the love of God, move one state up. We have sanity. We have sanity, and we have boonies where you can go hunting.
Lol. Regretfully, we only have still 1 self-defense stat from January, and still haven't had any more. That's depressing. We've got...
when you indoctrinate an entire populace that defending yourself is bad, and then enacting all these gun laws and city ordinances and all this other horse shit that target lawful gun owners and people who give 2 shits about protecting themselves legally, then, well, hey.
Yeah, you should see the city ordinances, man. They are fucking crazy.
They're fucking unconstitutional, but go on.
Oh, of course they're unconstitutional. This is Shirakistan. Why would anything be constitutional?
Oh, no. It's not. I would say that's even worse than, that doesn't even meet the basic bar. I'm questioning whether or not they should be allowed to do that given the Heller and McDonald cases, not just the Second Amendment. It's like Chicago. You couldn't even meet the neutered Second Amendment. Why the fuck are we letting you do this?
Bureaucrats, my friend. Bureaucrats. And speaking of bureaucrats, we have 47 opioid-related deaths, so 47 less drug addicts. That's a plus.
Isn't there supposedly an opioid epidemic occurring across the United States?
Probably. That wouldn't surprise me. Let's see here. Last year we had... Oh, wow, we had quite a few last year. Damn. I don't know if I think that's for the year in total, not for the month. But for this month, we've got 139 carjackings. We're already pretty far ahead of last year already. I remember when it only hit that around, October, November. Shit.
Apparently, they couldn't wait for the wait for the kids to go back to school to start stealing the cars. Yeah, it's more funny that way. All those angry parents.
Gotta get the kids to school, man. Gotta steal a car to do that. Can't take the bus.
Oh no, I'm thinking the other way around. Dad walks out and says, "Shit,
Dad,
they stole my ride."
My ride and she.
You're expecting these parents to be decent. No, there's a
no. What
reason.
I'm expecting is those people to actually be car owners. Yeah, you live in Shirakistan. They don't allow you any freedom.
Not really. No, that most of these poor kids are fatherless due to the
No. It's not even that. It's not even that. You want to know how bad it is? The strange thing, I got this from an environmental book, actually.
You tell.
No. Let me say it, and then you'll understand like just how fucked it is, just how meta fucked it is. The car is arguably one of the greatest freedoms ever offered to Americans. That isn't in the Constitution. And the reason they said this is because the book was very critical of the environmental movement, first of all. Second of all, it was looking at the response to Katrina. And about the only good thing that happened during it was the evacuation plans. You want to know all those people who were stuck there?
Who?
Not barely any of them had cars. The reason they couldn't get out was because the bus station got flooded and none of them were running. So congratulations, Katrina was made infinitely worse because of mass transit.
Nice. You know what? We also have a mass transit of over here. Hot lead. Such a high traffic rate of it that 82.1% of the causes of death are from hot lead.
And then you tell me the gun statistics.
Yep. So that means 88 homicides from guns, 9 homicides from shankings, 6 from trauma, 3 from strangulation, and 1 from child abuse. And yep, I was correct. Updated yesterday.
Only 1 from child abuse.
Yep, only 1, surprisingly.
Are they waiting?
I think so. I think they're waiting. And that's pretty much it, unless you guys want to go and see the map. Because it's gotten, we've got a lot more yellow and red.
The only map needed is to point out how Texas doesn't have that kind of crime rate.
Here, let me, just for the sheer hell of it, just for a couple seconds, why don't let me go here, let me share screen. I'm going to go straight to, ta-da! There we go. Look at all those bodies. Look at it.
Thank you, gun control.
So what's maroon?
That means it's getting pretty steep. Austin, right up over here. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I believe that green one is, yes! 13th is our only self-defense stat. And then right on the border here is a double homicide. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 bodies. Can you count the corpses?
I would count the corpses, but quite frankly, Burnside, you need to up your work. Come on, there's no gray in there. It's Illinois. It's Chicago, man.
That's what we got all the little fancy doodles here for. Other than that, it's like blue because, Democrats. Why the hell not?
Well, when you don't have an expectation that the guy that you're trying to accost is going to be armed legally, then well, you tend to take a few little liberties. And I see all this color on that map, and I see liberties being taken with people.
Yeah, if anything, I'd say give it a month or two, and if anything, since Austin's already above the 10-point marker, give it about another month, and we'll be well into the gray marker for Austin. As far as Humboldt Park and North Lawndale and Inglewood, I'm surprised Inglewood's actually pretty low. They must be calming down over there for a change. I wouldn't have thunk.
But here's the more important question. When will it get black?
Let's see here. That would be... Oh, God, I should start a Deadpool for this. Should really start a Deadpool for this. Actually, that's what I'm going to do for next stream. I'll get a pen and paper, and we'll actually take bets how long it'll take each of these different neighborhoods to get from each color. And we'll do a fucking Deadpool for it. Sound good, guys?
Sure.
Well, if you're willing to keep track of that stuff, then why not?
It'll certainly, it'll certainly be interesting, but don't expect me to take bets. Remember, I'm the guy who didn't vote for Trump because he wanted him to win.
Well, sucks to be you.
Oh, didn't bet on Trump. No, it doesn't suck.
Yep.
It doesn't suck for me. I have that bad of luck. I could bet red and black on a roulette table 3 times in a row and lose all 3 times.
Well, don't worry. This won't cost you anything. I mean,
You're
if
the kind of
anything,
fella
if you'll...
that you should never rely on your luck. Always rely on skill.
Yes and no. Why do you think I never want to go in a? Why do you think I never want to go in a casino?
Because you
you're
don't know how to
process.
gamble.
No, the house always wins.
That's a good point.
Okie dokie. Well, if anything, we'll do is we'll start working on this, and if we want to make it entertaining, so we don't lose life and limb literally, maybe we can do some tweaking around in the chaos server so that we can have a currency system going, and then we can, bet virtual currency on our nice little Deadpool we're gonna make here. Because from the look of it, we've got West Pullman's actually more dangerous to go into than Englewood. Oh well, shit. I'd be damned.
Somebody's listening to Norman Greenbaum really freaking loud.
The hell?
Actually, it's just Supernatural, and I actually have the volume low.
If I can identify who the band is,
Oh,
it's
Lord.
it's high enough to be
Well, since
audible.
you do have, bat ears, so you can probably hear a
Well,
mouse fart in my front yard.
I do know Batman because I do have the bat signal in my office.
Mm.
Yeah, and he can
Yeah.
suck my invisible dick.
I think Weeble's got dibs on that. I think she's got
No,
the bigger one that needs to be sucked.
no. She wants Nightwing to suck her trap cock.
She hasn't said anything
Trust
about
me,
Batman.
Trust me, I
She's
sent her
unconcerned
some
with
pictures
Batman.
of Nightwing that she's probably still diddling to.
No, she's got a whole stream on her Discord that's her Nightwing haven, and I do not go there ever.
It's kind of,
Oh,
yeah,
Lord.
yeah. You don't want to go
God,
there.
that's funny. All right. It
Trust me,
looks like,
she was quite happy to see those pictures.
Oh God, that's funny. Yeah, looks like Austin's already at 15. Inglewood's at 6. Everywhere else is pretty well lower down. So.
Garfield Park's got a lot of wounded. I wonder why.
I don't know. They're probably not that accurate. I mean, you got to remember these guys do a ass backwards reverse horse stance, hold the gun sideways at an angle, and then shout at each other while they try and squeeze the trigger. And half the times end up elbowing themselves in the face while they're trying to shoot each other.
Yeah, most of
Which
the
is
people
why
these
we've
idiots
got-
end up killing are innocent bystanders.
Yeah.
And this is, hey, Al Sharpton and his race hucksters won't go into these neighborhoods and protest. Black Lives Matter won't put their lobster down for 20 minutes to go and protest in these neighborhoods. We have these gun laws that are enacted by these Democrats in these cities, in these urban areas. So law-abiding people can't protect themselves. They have to rely on police that they take quite a bit of time. If when seconds count, police are minutes away. And
Dipshit will be dipshit.
yeah, so essentially, it's the blind leading the blind.
No, it's not the
blindly.
blind. It's not the blind leading the blind. It's the blind poking the eyes out of other people.
Pretty much. And so we have this situation, and this is why we have this gallows humor section. When we read off these stats, because
Ugh.
as long
They're
as
going
long
to
as
be
this is
there.
the
We might
case,
as well have some good come out of it.
right? As long as this is the case, then we're going to keep on doing this because as long as this is the case, then people are going to keep dying and keep shooting themselves in the nuts and keep shooting themselves in the ass and shooting other people and carjacking and all this other fucked up shit. Because,
in other words, Burnside, tell your damn city to get their gun control laws straight so we can stop joking about this.
pretty much, yeah. This is a bit of humor we don't have to have, but because
It's gonna
it
be.
is what it is. It's gonna happen. So we make the best of it.
So yeah, you want us to not be controversial? Don't give us a reason to be.
Right.
Dead bodies everywhere.
I want to poke one with a stick.
I
Go for
see
it.
dead people.
Whoa. Hey, speaking of Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
damn.
What happened?
Okay, Colleen Bernier, you've outdone yourself. This one is wow. Okay. Get this. Cop sucked suicidal man's toes and sexually assaulted him at hospital, Chicago police say.
Whoa!
Wait, what?
Fuck.
I will read that again slowly. Cop sucked suicidal man's toes and sexually assaulted him at a hospital, Chicago police say.
Damn.
I mean, that's the kind of
Damn.
shit that, like, I don't like Black Lives Matter, but I would at least give them the point that, yeah, there were probably a few dumbass cops around there who need a book thrown at them. But
Talk
holy
about
damn, BLM,
Whoa.
there is your protestable material.
Yeah, this is the cop that you need to protest.
Yeah, let's
Shit.
get rid of this toe sucker. Let's get rid of him now.
Okay, a
Out the
man.
door.
Okay, police officer, this is not the internet. We do not jack off to that crap in real life with real people. Keep it in the damn
Wow.
bedroom and with your laptop.
Okay, a man who was being held by police on a misdemeanor charge was sexually assaulted twice by one of his guards while he was at the
Twice?
hospital on February 3rd, prosecutors say.
Damn.
Now, Officer Carlisle Calhoun, 46, a 10-year veteran of the police force, faces multiple charges in the alleged assault. Police were holding an unnamed suspect for a misdemeanor charge when he began saying he was suicidal, leading Calhoun and another officer to drive him to a local hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. With the suspect chained to the bed and the other officer away eating food, Calhoun allegedly began giving the man relationship advice before massaging the victim's feet and sucking his toes. Sex trafficking.
Oh God.
Then he allegedly grabbed the. Then he allegedly grabbed the restrained man's genitals, pulled out his phone, and snapped a picture. That might be admissible. Assistant State Attorneys Ahmed Kakosko said, according to the Chicago Tribune, the other officer returned and Calhoun then escorted the man to a bathroom, the paper reported. In the restroom, the officer
he
allegedly
bent him over.
performed oral sex on the suspect to
Oh.
protests before they returned to the hospital room. When the officers left, the victim reported what happened, and sample swabs were taken that contained DNA matching Calhoun's.
Okay,
Of his
can I
police
just
power.
interject for a second?
Ooh, what's
The
up?
more you were telling me about this, the less and less I believed him until you mentioned DNA evidence.
Oh.
This
No,
is
they-
like BLM has so poisoned it to me. The moment you started saying this, I was thinking, okay, are you really telling the truth, dude? These are really wild claims. Oh, there's DNA evidence. Now I believe you.
Fuck.
The empirical
Okay.
evidence. Let's see. Calhoun was stripped of his police
He said
powers.
empirical evidence. Oh shit.
Was stripped of his police powers when police first learned of the allegations and placed in a desk job, but was not formally charged until Tuesday. He was
This
ordered
job, that's
held.
only going to make him more frustrated and erratic, if you get where I'm going with this.
Yeah, he was ordered
He just starts
held.
sexually violating that desk, or the poor fucker that helps him with his paperwork.
Or the copy machine, held on a $200,000 bond, charged with die motherfucker. Anyway, with the aggravated, instead of a baseball bat, he's using a schlong. Anyway, aggravated criminal sexual assault and official misconduct. Hey,
let's just hope that
it's
this
covered
guy
with
does
toner.
not have. Oh God! Let's just hope this guy doesn't have one of those Uber mentioned Waffen dogs like that Bavarian guy. We don't need him whipping that up and just going, die, motherfucker, die. Yeah.
He was ordered held on $200,000 bond charged with aggravated criminal assault and official misconduct. He will now be suspended without pay, according to the AP. Calhoun's attorney said the officer was well respected, helps care for his elderly mother, and performed a high pressure negotiation with a knife wielding man last year. The article doesn't specify whether that knife-wielding man got violated by the officer after the encounter.
Like you're saying that the first thing I'm thinking of, okay, he diffused it with his dick, or...
And I bet you said, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Zip. Oh, God.
Oh, you say that, I'm thinking of Hans Moleman trying to pull a knife on Mo Sislak. You called that a knife? This is a knife. Oh no, I'm going down.
Oh my gosh.
In other words, Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Man legally changes gender so he can retire earlier.
Smart man.
Interesting.
Now you see, that man knows how to play the gender game.
Yeah.
If the gender wage gap is real, be a fucking man.
Mm-hmm. An Argentine man legally changed his gender so he could retire earlier, according to a Thursday report. Sergio, 59, an Argentine tax official, legally changed the last letter of his name to Sergia, assuming the identity of a woman, so he could retire 5 years early. The Daily Nation reported, Argentine law allows women to retire at 60 while men have to wait till they are 65. Their legislation also states a woman can retire at age 65, the same age as a man, but they will receive a higher pension, according to the United States Social Security Administration's website. Argentina's gender identity law was approved May 8, 2012, and noted the new name an individual takes must be respected. Transgender Europe reported, Argentina also allows... This is one of those fucking repetitive ass shit. I'm not going to say reported the next time it's written. Argentina also allows people to legally change their gender without any type of sex reassignment surgery. They did say according to something, but I'm not going to say that because that's repetitive. This is a clear case of abusive misuse of retirement rights and of the law on gender identity.
Bullshit.
That's what you say. I say don't fucking legislate on it. The retirement age is 65. There, we don't have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
God, this is fucking common sense, you people. When did it die? Circa 19... No, it's been dying for a while. In the United States, it started in the 1920s and kind of got culminated late 1960s, resurgence in the 70s, and then proceeded to die off in the latter 80s, 90s, and onwards.
I place all of our modern problems on one dumbass who shot an archduke.
France, fucking Ferdinand, poor bastard.
Poor bastard, but unfortunately our issues started earlier than that. The Marxists invaded.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The world would be a lot better off if
The world would have
that-
been a
that
lot better
lazy
off
piece
if
of
Karl
shit,
Marx
Karl
had a bullet
Marx.
in his head.
never got off that couch.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Anyhow.
Alternative history question: What would the world look like had Marx never written anything?
I'm gonna go wild card and say everything would probably be divvied up between the other two extremes.
Other two extremes.
Yeah, the three extremes. You've got communism, fascism, and anarchism. The three extremes.
Oh, that's where you're going.
So that would mean if Karl Marx wouldn't have made his revolt in 1917 and all that crap, then that would mean that a handful of small things that followed between World War I to about now would be changed. Russia might still be a monarchism, although at some point they might have some type of revolt reformation. Because Tsar Nicholas was doing a real bang-up job, so chances are...
I was going to say, I don't think Russia would have been a monarchy, but it would have been different.
Yeah, I think the Duma, if anything, would have seized control of the government, and then they would have made it some kind of quasi-republic. And then China might be going along the similar lines because they became communist because they had trade with the Soviet Union, so... by extension, one led to the other. So might be possible. The Nandong Party might have, without Mao Zedong existing, the Nandong Party might have succeeded, and we could have, more of a democrat or republic-style government in China instead of, the communist, nightmare they have today.
You gotta wonder though, would anarchism have taken communism's? Would anarchism just be the new communism?
Could be, to be honest, because here's the wild card. Is in the off case that Lenin and them didn't kick off, would that mean that Kropotkin would have gone and taken off with his idea? Because that would be the one wild card for a fanatic element would be his anarcho-communist theory.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. If you don't have communism, do you have a leftist anarchy at that point? Can it exist? Because the only other times I've heard anarchism espoused as a complete ideology involve a lot of Milton Friedman, and I really don't think the Russians would have gone for a lot more Milton Friedman. Well, they wouldn't have even known what a Milton Friedman was.
What would have possibly happened is if something else would have taken its place in that from the communist revolution, if it went a bit south, Peter Kropotkin would have probably just made an anarchist adaptation of that. Although, if anything, he probably would have gone some type of socialist direction, because that's one of the oldest left-wing roots of anarchism is the whole socialist sect.
But the catch is, at the same time, socialism is kind of communism.
I see what you mean. That would really rewrite a lot of things then. So then,
without Marx, you would have never had the Fabian Society in Europe at all. I think you would either have the conclusion
you wouldn't have the Paris Commune either. Come to think of it, yeah.
You'd either have Engels picking up all the slack, and we'd be talking about Engels all day long instead of Marx, or the whole ideology would have never existed, and some nebulous third thing we've never seen before would have taken its place.
Then let's see here. Then, if anything, if socialism by de facto wouldn't exist because communism wouldn't exist, then that would mean we'd only get that would mean that
or at the very least, socialism wouldn't exist without a very heavy reliance on paternalism. See Italy during the Renaissance.
Right, then that would... Yeah, then that would basically be a lame duck politic then. So then let's see here. That would mean, if anything, then all right, Soviet Revolution doesn't kick off. Mao Zedong's revolution doesn't kick off.
Mao doesn't
So
exist.
then that would, Mao,
Mao doesn't
exactly.
exist. Although you probably would have still had a Russian Revolution at some point around something.
Yeah, but it would have been the White Revolution instead of the Red Revolution, unless wild card, because of the lack of the Red Revolution, if it winds up being between the monarchists, between the czars, the Duma, and wild card, the Ukrainian anarchists. That would have been an interesting split, because that was the one thing that wound up being an ironic and sad wild card for the Bolshevik success is when the Russian Revolution was going on. Basically, the Ukrainians were like, "We're splitting, we're going independent. All of us in Donetsk and over here and what have you are getting the fuck out from under your rule. Fuck you all. We're the Black Army," and they're more so some type of radical Ukrainian anarchists. And then they basically played rock paper scissors between the Russians and between the Russian Reds and the Russian Whites, and then before Lenin got involved, they basically shook hands with the Reds and got rid of the Whites, and then got backstabbed. So then it would be between if the monarchists, it would wind up being a three-way then without the Bolsheviks. It'd just be it would have to be the Ukrainian anarchists versus the Duma White Army, and then the monarchist army, them trying to maintain control. And then from
I could maybe see it being two-sided with the Ukrainian anarchists going for the Duma, because without a Red to fight, the Duma could focus on negotiations with the anarchists.
Yeah, that would definitely be possible.
Terra history is fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was really the only reason why I believe they didn't sit down at the table with the Duma, is because they're like, all right, well, we could get a better shake out of these new guys over here, and that went really bad for them, as you could tell. So then, that would mean either negotiations or a long-out war between the two. Which, if that would have happened, that would have trickled over to the Spanish Civil War, which would have been about the same thing, because that was a monarchist system until the king kicked the bucket, and then everyone got tired of the church's crap, and then they had the war in Portugal that went south. So then it would be, let's see here. So then the question would be,
My cat says hello.
It would all bridge on World War I. Then it would depend if, if there's an alternate Russian Revolution, do the Central Powers still lose? And if the Central Powers still lose, that means Hitler rises to power, and then shortly after he rises to power, as his counterbalance in the off case he loses the war, Francisco Franco rises to power. That would be the one thing that
it might be reasonable to say that Russia would have still gone to war against Germany at some point, because the understanding I have of World War I is that it was pretty much a whole bunch of alliances getting triggered all at once.
Yeah.
Little guy Serbia had Russia as an ally, and now Austria's invading Serbia. Serbia cries like a little kid. Russia comes over. Like I've seen an old time newspaper comic of it that's pretty much just like Austria is going to beat on Serbia. Then Russia comes, puts his hand on his shoulder. If you hit that guy, I'm going to, and then the line just keeps on going back all the way to Britain and France.
Yeah, essentially that's what happened. And then the politics from there went up changing Europe, because then you had the Great Depression shortly after the war, and then everyone gradually recovered from there. And that's why you had communism and fascism. That's when you had the three extremes at their most powerful.
Whoa, there's another facet to this.
Mm-hmm.
The Great Depression might not have been great. Because FDR was heavily influenced by a lot of that thinking. Just looking strictly at his policies, you would have to come to that conclusion.
Interesting.
So it comes down to a question of would FDR even still be in office?
So then I see. That would be the one thing that would hinge instead of World War I or II, because the Great Depression is what spurred the politics into the 20th century.
Well,
That's-
there are two things. One, would the Treaty of Versailles be as punitive as it was?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not entirely sure of the specifics, but a Russia that's a bit more amenable to Europe and Britain and France's goals might have given them the safety net they think they needed to ensure Germany will never do this again.
Mm-hmm.
Because Germany would be fighting a two-front war.
Yeah.
So would the Treaty of Versailles been as punitive as it was had Russia not been communist and therefore antagonistic towards the rest of the West? For lack of a better word. And would the Great Depression have actually carried on for as long as it had if FDR didn't? Well, we don't know. We don't exactly know where FDR got his ideas and policy from. So it's a bit of a question as to whether or not he would have, how much influence was from Marx and Marxian thought.
Yeah, because without Marx as a thinker, then that would trickle down to...
The only way you could come up with FDR's policies is through some variation of paternalism.
Mm-hmm. So it would be either Engels or if Kropotkin stepped up his game. But he really wasn't much of an anybody at that point, you know, just in general, because he was basically just a guy. The only thing that made him big was the fact that after the Soviet Revolution kicked off, he wasn't banned from Russia. So chances are, if there wasn't a communist Russia, he'd probably still be on the run, and he'd still be as little known as he is today. So he's out the window for that. Even if he wasn't such a damn Bolshevik.
My cat slept all day. So that's usually a bad sign. That means she's going to be...
Oh, Kitty's going to be up all night.
Kitty's going to be up all night, which means I'm probably going to be up all night. So we'll see how that works out.
Ha! I don't
That
have
sucks.
to deal with that problem because I'm allergic to cats. We're a dog.
Yeah, so am I, but I own one.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, she's an emotional support animal, so I'm
Okay.
kind of need her. And my aunt and uncle wouldn't let me get a dog.
Your aunt and uncle are stupid.
All right, so Karl Marx is out of the picture. Everything that radical left wing gets divided up to the other ends of the spectrum. So that would mean that in order to compensate, that would mean it would be democracy or a republic being replaced as the power center, and then
Democracy, republic, or anarchy.
yeah, that's the biggest one. If it would have to depend on how Russia and China would run under a democratic republic type of system, depending on whichever way they lean. Because with the Duma, they're more democratic, and as far as the non-dong, they kind of wanted to imitate more so what we were doing here in America with the Chinese.
I'm going to say it would probably inevitably turn to some form of democracy if there isn't communism to turn to. Anarchism just plain has a high turnover rate. If you leave the reins of powers open, if you leave the reins of power unattended, somebody will take them. That's the biggest argument against anarchism.
Yeah, because that's been the one flaw in why it's. Because the way how anarchism operates is it's instead of having one leader or one whole party, it's meetings for everything. It's like basically a town hall meeting for everything important.
So that's not even anarchism at that point. That's straight Athenian democracy.
Oh, literally? Oh, that's funny.
No, that pretty much is the individual polis. All eligible persons voted on absolutely everything.
Because that's close to like what the baseline of most adaptations of anarchism are. Is it's either
really I always hear it
some
more
type
of the straight Milton Friedman example where there is no government, there's just security companies. So it's not even really.
That's
that's the problem.
Completely feudalist system. That would be the one thing that would probably be, instead of it being ANCOMs and ANCAPs, ANCAP would probably rise and then there'd be either mutualism or one of the other collectivist thoughts would probably be its opposite though. Because yeah, that's the thing is whenever you've got any type of general capitalist system and you match it with anarchism, it goes ANCAP, and it basically goes modern feudalism, which is in general it's a fucking nightmare. It's a bad idea in my opinion. I'd go with some of the other
I would
more. Why
I
don't
would
you
disagree with that. It would necessarily go that far because minarchism exists. That the entire fundament of that thinking is government is a necessary evil, but it ought to be as least intrusive as possible.
a minarchist system that might be able to combat some degree of ANCAPism, but typically in what I've known of ANCAP societies is what they basically do is they do what most of us do, get rid of the federal government, what have you, and then it's basically you've got your standard democratic system, and then you've got everything based around completely limitless open free market systems, which naturally is good, but when you don't have any type of regulations or what have you, you basically open the floodgates.
What is a sport without a referee?
Exactly.
Well, speaking of referees and being intrusive, I'm going to segue here.
Please do, because we'll be going all night on this one.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to have to jump out here sometime. Whoa, what was that?
What the hell was that?
I have no idea what that was.
That was me.
It's like, did your recycling bin attack you?
No. He said
Reverse
that they would be
Antifa.
going all night long. So I said all night long.
And then there was sounded like a transformer took a dump there, and
No.
what the hell was all that clacking and clanging shit?
Yeah.
I was closing the sliding glass door.
Oh, okay. Well,
Busy
I'm glad
wondering how sliding glass door can sound like crumpling hard plastic.
And sheet metal. Just nothing like the sound of fornicating sheet metal.
and breaking glass. It was like really strange. Anyhow, let's see. Just an update on the scores here. It looks like the Vegas and San Jose game is going the distance. They're currently knotted at 1 with 6:40 left in the third. That's probably going to overtime. Let's see. Just a recap on some of the scores that have already concluded. Vancouver, unfortunately for Burnside, took out the Chicago Blackhawks 5-2.
Damn it!
The LA Kings just obliterated the Colorado Avalanche 7-1.
Well, maybe there are Kangs.
Let's see. The Tampa Bay Lightning defeated the New York Islanders 7-6. The Manhattan Rangers lost to the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3. The Carolina Hurricanes took out the Arizona Coyotes 6-5. Florida Man lost to the Columbus Blue Jackets 0-4. Let's see. The Edmonton Oilers took down the Ottawa Senators 6-2. The Washington Capitals took out the Detroit Red Wings 1-0. Sorry, Wolfie and Sylvanas. And Irving's not
figures. If only those hockey figures could square themselves with the actual cities.
Yeah.
Detroit, we're looking for you to get the constitutional reckoning.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Irving's not favorite team. I repeat, his not favorite team, the Toronto Maple Leafs, have defeated the Nashville Predators. Sorry, veteran Mountain Man. Did he mention to any of you guys what he might be doing tonight as opposed to streaming? Or, it's not a law that we have to stream.
Haven't heard anything.
All of us have to stream every night, but kind of like
He might be sleeping. I mean, he does work 12-hour shifts.
That's true. So, hey,
I'm gonna hate getting into the workforce.
Yeah. I'm not gonna throw any shade at him. Sometimes you gotta take the night off. Let's see. I guess that's all I have as far as the NHL goes. Of course, the NHL break brought to you by the next 6 minutes. I'm probably gonna have to jump off here pretty soon. Let's see. And let you guys resume your conversation here. I just wanted to make mention do some shills here. I just wanted to mention that I have an international live stream coming up this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Some international voices will be talking about their grievances against those who work against free speech. So that's going to be an interesting one. So go ahead and tune in on my next live streams channel.
Oh, how international are we talking about?
We're talking about we got some Canadians and we got some Brits. I was going to get a German, but the German's not going to be there, and I'm working on getting an Australian. So we'll see how that works out.
Why can't we ever have someone from a fun country? No, it's like I'm honestly surprised because like Apaben's the only one I know of who isn't from the big Western canon states. It would honestly be interesting to hear someone from like India or some kind of out there nation like that.
Yeah. Well, that's about all I got. Of course, I am the next 6 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for showing up in chat tonight, and thank you for showing up and listening to Burnside. I know this is kind of this is an unusual situation that he's actually streaming tonight from his channel and not Monday night, but that's just the situation that he has at work, and that kind of sucks.
Fucking bureaucrats and shit, everyone's like, we gotta count them votes, and oh Jesus Christ, it was calm for about 2 hours, and then all hell broke loose. You remember that scene in Jumanji where the chimps and all the zoo animals just flood the street?
Which Jumanji? Are we talking about the new one or the old one?
No, not the new one. It does not exist and needs to die in fire. Fiery napalm.
I didn't go see it. I take it you did, and it was shite.
It was? Yeah. Lies. I must see this. I heard terrible things about it. I heard the new one actually not that bad. I'll have to see it for myself, because like the last couple of new movies, terrible.
Wait for it to come out on Netflix.
Yeah,
Good
don't
idea.
pay for it.
I never pay for movies. The last movie I paid to go see was Suicide Squad, and that was for school. Before that, the last movie I paid for to actually see for my own entertainment was Atlas Shrugged Part 3. And that was like sitting in a Pornhub theater. Boy, I got to tell you guys about that one at some point in time. Good Lord.
Right.
Good God.
Well,
In defense of movies, I've been to like the really, really nice Marcus theaters, and goddamn, if you want to pay a little bit extra, you can actually have your stay catered. Like, I'm not joking. They will give you a menu. You have a fold out table, and they will literally cater to you as you're watching the movie.
Wow.
Speaking of food, I gotta jump off and fix myself a very late dinner. So I bid all of you adieu and have a wonderful conversation.
All right, will do.
Yep. So yep.
Take it easy.
Later, 6. Before I do get back to that, though, because we're literally going to go all night on that one, because that's a real mind-boggler. Aside from the butt shots and nut shots, there actually was one thing that did go on earlier. I believe it was last month, if I remember correctly. There were a couple of different protests and what have you going downtown, and a couple of buddies of mine from Antifa, they're a conservative group around town. I know it's shocking, but yeah, we actually got some of those in Chicago here. We do have some resistance. One of my buddies he's a younger kid. He was actually headed home, and these fucking black bloc assholes, the pure anarchists that they have, actually followed him. They followed him up to his house, and they maced him and beat the crap out of him. And
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
No, there's nothing wrong with them. They know they're in a group, and he's not.
Yeah,
and he doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, they know he's a younger kid. They know, 2 or 3 of their scrawny little soy boy asses can go and beat the hell down, one little underage minor and get away with it,
Oh, they got mace. I got a buddy of mine who's getting into law enforcement, and he had to go through here you have to experience what these things can do to people. Apparently he says getting maced is like going to hell for about 5 hours. He'd rather get tasered.
Yeah, not fun. And turns out a couple of my buddies from Antifa had this happen to them. So, yeah. So a lot of these assholes are actually starting to follow people home. So next time I have a sit down with them.
Scooby told me apparently a good defense mechanism is a metal flare and a shotgun shell.
Nice. I like the sound of that. Yeah, that'll do some damage.
There's that. I know I carry a piece of industrial chain, as well as having just a whole slew of blunt objects at home. Yeah, I got a pickaxe.
Nice.
This is what happens when you go through that zombie apocalypse phase in your teens, and you don't want to use a gun.
I remember those years.
In some ways,
I
I
still
never
go through that every time I look at something that I think I want to have in my own apartment when I get a place or something. I'm like, is this heavy enough to bash someone's head in with only one swing? Nah, can't have it in my house.
No, you don't need weight. You need cutting power. A sword works fine, and if I get the money, I'm getting a katana.
I already have swords. I need blunt objects.
Old nightsticks, rubber mallets. Actually, I would actually prefer getting a rubber mallet and finding some way to extend the handle, because sledgehammer is just plain too unwieldy. Fire axe is generally a good standby.
Mm-hmm.
Pickaxe works if you can hit it. I got a military pick from a surplus shop.
You know, it works really good. E-tool and a hand axe. Yep,
that's what I was thinking. That's the next thing I was thinking. I know Fleet Farm actually sells military surplus, and you could buy basically like old World War shovels, like the actual flip shovels, and those would work nicely.
Oh yeah, those are all sorts of fun.
What else can I think of? Well, you can always go with the cruder version of the ghetto burner.
Whenever I get to have another sit down with them, I'll be planning out some stuff, because I don't take kindly to assholes beating the hell out of each other after the protest. It's like, all right, you guys want to get down on it, do it right the fuck down, do it right the fuck there. Make a mosh pit circle, have two of your lieutenants or whomever square off and beat the crap out of each other. That way it's contained.
You'd want something discreet. I recommend getting a key ring and using it as a brass knuckle, or some variation of chain or otherwise easily hideable object.
I know I can get a handful of things like that.
Of course, if you can make it yourself, making your own pair of brass knuckles is going to be better.
Oh God, if I had a forge, man, there'd be so many things I'd be making.
You don't even necessarily need a forge. You just need a long enough piece of metal. I can eyeball it. Fallout 4's brass knuckles, if you haven't noticed, is actually made of just one piece of metal.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know the I know you have the game, but I don't know your graphic settings. If you look carefully, the brass knuckles are actually just one piece of metal bent at the right places to make the brass knuckle shape.
I'll go and take a look again, because I might regrettably have to start that game over, because I lost all of my data. The external drive that I had all of my data on, I beat I don't know how, well, I kind of know how I did it, but I killed that fucking thing. The little control arm in there, yeah, it scratched the fuck out of the disk, so I'll be lucky if I get any data back. And after all that construction I did on my barracks, oh, I'm so pissed.
This is why you mod your shit out. There is a wonderful mod called Sim Settlements that will let the settlers build the town for you.
But I don't want them building the town for me. I want to build it myself.
Yeah, it leaves the option open for you. You basically just get buildable plots.
Buildable plots?
Plots. As in, you will be. They give basically, you can cordon off an area, and they'll also give you wooden and concrete foundations if you obsess over smoothness. And you can assign a settler there, and they will just build whatever is recommended.
I may give that a shot, because I did love tinkering around with the concrete. That's one thing I liked, and it took me 3 days longer than it should have, but I figured out how to get that actual electrical switch to work with the fucking XOR gate and door and all that crap.
Yeah, I don't even do it that, and I just use it as a fancy door opener on the one place I'd used it on.
Ah. Yes, I like the thing where you can hit a switch and open the door, and then walk in, hit a switch, close the door. I like being able to finagle that one.
I just thought it would be too much of a headache, and I really stayed away from the concrete because it was just too many resources.
Oh god, it definitely was a headache. But I do like the look of the concrete.
Oh yeah, no, they did a good job. They did a good job on that one.
Mm-hmm. That's the main reason why I love using it as building material. It's a bitch to get, but if you kill enough things, it's easy enough to come by.
Yeah.
Because you got enough stuff to trade off.
Incidentally, even if you don't do that, there are a pair of mods that I would recommend. One basically gives you infinite build size.
Ah.
So that little bar that tells you, "Hey, you can't build anything else here." That's gone completely.
Nice.
And the other one extends the build area of all settlements.
Oh, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That would be neat. Yes,
Yep.
the first time around I was trying to run through on vanilla because I planned on actually after I got some mods and stuff together, because there's some stuff I want to actually do, like the flag that I have here with my avatar. I actually want to import that along with some of my propaganda and stuff and do a run through with all of that stuff and like mod out the Minuteman a little bit. We have 3 left.
You want to do that? I should probably send you screenshots of one time that I put this the latest iteration of Fallout 4 I'm actually going through and building my settlement straight again. I've actually turned Taffington Boathouse into a Minuteman into a Minuteman bar.
All right.
It's now renamed the Continental. I've had a dining area on the first floor. The second floor has a industrial power generator from a mod, a weapons dealer, and a junk dealer.
No.
Nice.
Tara probably has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't like Fallout.
Aww.
Wait, Fallout because of Fallout 4, or you never liked it?
Just never liked it.
Nah,
Not for everyone.
admittedly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's someone like me. I just go mod hell immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
But,
joke about.
I am the one that's offering to Burnside when I'm watching a friend's house that I'm like, okay, is that an Xbox One? What game are you playing? I'm going to be having my own place for like a week.
Yeah, she's kind of noob with the games and that, but we're gonna try and see if we can get something going.
I'm not a noob when it comes to games. I'm just more of a role player than a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Ironically, old Fallout's both.
Yeah, that's a good thing about 3.
And New Vegas.
Oh yeah, New Vegas was good. God, I wish they had the settlement thing in New Vegas because so much.
They have a mod for it, but it's so clunky.
Oh, Burnside, you need to send me
let me move this.
that Discord exactly which Call of Duty game that is.
All right. Will do.
Wait, why are we talking about Call of Duty?
Oh, my other roommate and I, we got Call of Duty World War II, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I think I got that one over my buddy's place." So yeah, we're gonna wind up doing that. At some
why are
point,
you
so.
patronizing them? They need to go die.
Because
I'm only doing it to play with him. So
yeah, because my other roommate convinced me that it wasn't so bad, and I played it, and I was like, it's all right. I mean, normally I'm tired of like every other fucking game being World War II, but this is all right for Call of Duty.
It hasn't been done for long enough that it's worth going back to. Fortunately,
definitely. Yeah,
seriously, I would say Battlefront 1 would be a better option because they did it first, and we don't need a patch.
I definitely want to play Battlefield 1. World War 1 is my one thing I love. Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, we got Nightcrow going to the background. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, motherfucker.
Well, then I actually do have something interesting you two might like. It's freeware. Wolfenstein Enemy Territory. You can download it from the Splash Damage website. Yeah. Does the notion of 20v20 objective-based gameplay interest you?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, from what I understand, it's still got a dedicated fan base, still going to this day. But it's an old game.
Shit, Balmain, shoot it to me on Discord. We'll have to give it a gander.
Well, you can download it off of the Splash Damage website.
Sweet. What's it called?
Wolfenstein Enemy Territory.
Ah, interesting. I'll have to see if I can name my character C_Kyle.
No. Oh right, yeah. I was gonna say no. You don't have custom classes in that game, but then I realized, oh yeah, you have like profiles and shit.
Übermenschen Waffendong.
And then you're on the Allied team.
That would be funny.
I think the Germans get the Papa Shah, so yeah.
I'll see, because if so, that'll be something I definitely do. I'll have to tap Pox on the shoulder, go, hey, let's meme this.
Yeah, like I said though, old game. I didn't really get into it, but eh.
I thought it was fun, doing all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, I've played some of the PlayStation Wolfenstein. The only thing is, I will not play the new Wolfenstein 2. Just nope, not gonna happen. There's one scene out of there that replaced the Cthulhu monsters in my fucking nightmares.
Actual scares you, or this is so degenerate it's scary?
No, like it actually terrifies me. Like it shudders my soul. It's wretched. I started off laughing at it because it was hysterical, and then I started just cringing and getting disgusted and terrified.
So yeah, the game was ruined. The game was ruined. Scary.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some terrible, horrible, dismembering shit, and I cackle like a hyena at it, and I love it. But the thing that killed it for me was it's I guess it's near like the end of the game or whatever, and whatever character you're playing as is some reporter or somebody who's supposed to go talk to Hitler, and you know, Hitler's doing this whole thing about his movie and what have you that he's making and stuff. So dude walks in, so Hitler walks in, he's like pushing 80 or something or other, and he's got a bathrobe on, and it's like, okay, rule of thumb 1, Hitler does not wear bathrobes. This motherfucker has never ever been seen with anything other than a 3-piece suit. Even on his deathbed, the motherfucker had a burnt ass 3-piece suit on. Second, the one thing that was funny is this football kid or whatever who's supposed to be in the movie or is getting an autograph or something other. You know, it's like all fawning over him and stuff. Mr. Hitler, Mr. Hitler, and he just turns it over. Mr. Motherfucker, you call me minor Fuhrer, you little shit. And just he starts yelling and spitting at him, and I'm laughing because it's the most HD spit I've ever seen, and it just intensifies his furious Hitlerian anger. And I'm just laughing because, like, you know, this kid's like shuddering in his boots, and then Hitler just pulls out of his robe a Luger, pumps the whole clip into him because he's like, "You're a Jewish spy," and he's like, "I'm not Jewish. I'm from Arkansas." And Hitler's just like, you know, goes pow 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 because, you know, he doesn't know what the fuck Arkansas is. He's from Austria, you know, doesn't know what the fucking Arkansas is. So pops him full of lead, and when he gets done with that, clumsily reloads the dang Luger, pulls a bucket out and starts urinating in public. And starts going on about, and he's like, "And that's how you kill the communists. That's how I beat something long Polish guy's name, something Polish guy." Yeah.
So they really just took the notion of Hitler being crazy and ran it into the ground.
Oh God, yeah. They even got the Taco Bell vomit, man.
But,
like, you know, he's peeing and coughing and stuff like that. And as he's talking to these guys, he's waving the Luger around in one hand and his wang in the other. And it's just like, you don't see it, but you can hear him like going from the bucket to the ground to the bucket to the carpet. And I'm like, no, just no. And his secretary's doing her best to keep her shit together. And
TMI,
like,
man, TMI.
Yeah, literally. Oh, it gets worse. After he gets done with that, and he goes over, my great movie, my great epic movie.
Guys, this is what we do.
You know, and by the way, are these the idiots that are supposed to be in my movie? And she's like, yes. Scratches one off the list. And he's like, who's this guy? Points at the reporter guy. This guy doesn't even look like the motherfucker I'm looking for. And, you know, she's like going, da da da, actors, da 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 da. And what happened? He was like, ah, all right, anyways, my awesome movie, my uber mentioned Waffen movie. And then he starts throwing up Taco Bell vomit. And it's just like, oh, God, no. No, I couldn't watch any further. So I was just like, Taco Bell vomit. Oh, you sick fuckers. Why? Just why?
This isn't a joke game. This is supposed to be serious.
Yeah, and it's like, all right. It's kind of funny for him to, you know, just getting out of the shower, and he's like, all right, are these the assholes I hired? And then, you know, kills the one because he's a suck-up. He's like, all right, just kill him because he's a fucking suck-up. But peeing in a bucket and vomiting all over a floor and just hacking up like a decrepit old senile man, I could have done without the Taco Bell vomit, man.
You could pull it off with Handsome Jack in Borderlands. You're not gonna pull it off with Adolf Hitler. Unless the whole premise of the game is to satire the hell out of the Nazis.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah. Not fun at all. It replaced the Cthulhu monsters in my nightmares. So now I have this nightmare.
It's wrong framing. Put this in Borderlands and it's just right at home.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, it's like just no. Just all sorts of no.
Speaking of Borderlands, by the way, I figured out how to make the patchwork.
Ah, nice. I have not played it in God knows how long.
Did you know that there was a community patch released?
Nope.
Oh, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Remember how TK's wave is utter shit?
Never used it. I was the assassin all the time.
You love the lady. You love the lady fist.
The what?
The lady fist. Stupid high crit modifier on a Hyperion pistol that got more accurate as you shot it.
Damn.
Oh, the one downside, terrible damage.
Wow, that sucks.
Can someone turn down that music?
Yeah, let me see what I can do here.
Thank you.
But yeah, the alternative to that in one mission was TK's wave, and TK's wave is underdamaged, has a terrible projectile pattern, and it was generally considered the worst weapon in the game.
Damn, that sucks.
Oh, the community patch just excuse me. The community patch just up and replaced it with the flare from the pre-sequel.
Nice.
So you know how Jacob's shotguns will fire as fast as you can pull the trigger, but have shit clip sizes?
Yeah.
How does a double barrel shotgun sound when it's got 8 shots minimum and it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger?
Ah, not bad. That's a good start.
It's a great start because I think it has a damage boost too.
Oh, good. Perfect then. Perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna want to get the community patch at some point because it rebalances everything. Like,
all right.
Like your stereotypical shit guns and shields. The other big one's gonna be the.
Huh?
Oh, it rebalances all the shit guns and shields in the game. So the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot's gonna be the biggest one for shit shields. Why? It basically released IEDs that could kill you.
Ah, that's funny.
No, it's not. Because you want to know because with one change, it went from shit tier to god tier. No, they just made the IED boosters not damage you.
Nice.
And now you basically have a booster shield that releases essentially grenade dispensers occasionally when it's damaged.
Nice. Allahu Fragbar. That sounds awesome.
No, Allahu Fragbar is kind of sort of a character. Yeah, do you remember the Psycho?
Yeah.
If you don't want to go the Flame of the Firehawk, Krieg just wants to say hi to people, but they keep burning to death method. You can now equip the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot and essentially have the bonus of just running at people, letting your shield deplete as the IED boosters just go everywhere, and just pick up one IED booster to just be able to release more IED.
Oh Lord, that's fucking hysterical.
Oh, combine that with the fact that he essentially has infinite health if you keep on activating his action skill at the right time.
Oh Lord. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I spec into Mania every single time because, oh, look, that's a boss. Throw one Buzz Axe. Oh, look, there's half your health gone.
Nice. Looks like it's getting close to midnight. We got about 4 minutes left here before I'm probably going to wrap this up.
Oh,
yeah.
we're only doing this for an hour? We were an hour late.
No, we started at... oh, yeah, goddamn, you're right.
Mhm.
Wow, aren't I retarded? Well, motherfucker. All right, well, never
No,
mind.
you're
We
not
gotta go-
retarded. You're on a schedule.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, no, I started that at 10. Well,
You're
shit,
welcome.
all right. Thank you, darling.
Yep.
All right, well, shit. Continue then.
Yeah. Yeah, basically the community patch just made a whole bunch of shit weapons really good now. The Hammerlock
Nice.
collection got massive damage boosts, so now that shitty elephant gun actually one-shots things now.
Awesome.
Plus that community
Really?
patch.
Because for me, I had to kill things twice with it. Shoot it twice.
Oh, now you don't even need to hit the crit spot sometimes. They just threw in that much power to make it better, if I recall. Same
Baby
thing.
brother, are you listening? You better get this damn patch. My brother has all the Borderland games.
Yeah, and from what I
Nice.
understand, because they're built off the same platform, I'm pretty sure you can have a pre-sequel patch now, as long as you're playing on computer.
Interesting.
Yeah, they managed to make it in such a way that it doesn't violate any, like, it's not illegal. And this actually opens the door for Borderlands to get modded now.
Yay.
Well, he has them all for the Xbox, so.
Awesome.
So laugh at him for being a console peasant and tell him to move to PC.
Yes.
I actually certain things I like
over Alice.
PC, which I actually prefer PC for first-person shooters, but I prefer console for my role-playing games.
That's fine. But yeah, if he's on Xbox, he can't get the patch.
Oh, that sucks. You see, this is why I like having Steam. I have all the fun shit. I just got that Middle Gear
There's Steam on
Survive.
this laptop that Roxy loaned me.
Nice.
But yeah, Hammerlock collection got rebalanced. The TK's wave got thrown out in favor of just porting the flare over, which, if I remember right, mine had a stock clip size of 8, and that was before my Gunzerker got his filthy mitts on it and shoved even more in somehow. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot's actually useful now because it doesn't murder you.
Six apparently told us that, yeah, we actually are on time, despite starting did start an hour late at 11 p.m. Eastern, close to 1 a.m. Eastern. That means it's 2 hours. Okay, all right. So yeah, sorry, we were running on Floridian time there. Thank you, Six.
Oh
Oops.
my god!
Yep, woman, I'm
We
not.
don't
gonna
have
let you
our
go
own
back
fucking time zone. Fuck off.
Yet.
down. Yet.
At all.
Yet.
All right. Well, in that case, everybody, chill. Yo, shit.
Before we end this, we are to have a moment of silence for a certain Count Dankula.
Right.
It would be remiss if we didn't mention his court case. As such, there will be a moment of silence for what may soon be a dead Count.
Oh, lovely. So what? They're gonna hang him for a fucking joke? Oh boy.
No, they aren't going to hang him. They're going to put him in jail. The catch is people who you remember Bacon guy who got thrown in jail for just putting a bacon sandwich on the footsteps of the mosque.
Yeah, you never got heard from again.
He did.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yep. Muslims in jail do not really tolerate people who make fun of the religion.
Yeah, so I see.
So Count Dankula, wherever you are, Godspeed. I pray to God you don't go to jail because there's a very good chance that will be a death sentence. And if you do go to jail, may God have mercy on your soul.
If we can, I don't know if it's legal over there. I'll see if I can send you a soap on a rope.
I'd tell you to send them a stab vest, but apparently Yerg spray proved that they don't necessarily work.
Yeah.
And then they got mad at him for it.
Yeah, of course. It's like, yeah, your product sucks.
Oh no! You don't remember that scandal?
Wasn't it the guy was basically doing a YouTube series of testing products, and he tested the shank-proof vest, shanked through it, and then got sued for it or something?
No, there was a whole kerfluffle about how he was teaching people to get past police vests in a giant case of misrepresentation by, I think it was the New York Times or something.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. New York Times are a bunch of fucking assholes. They love to do shit like that.
But yeah, back on point. A moment of silence for our good meme master, Count Dankula.
Yep.
And with that, remember, whiteys have no righties.
Yep. Allahu Caucasian bar becomes Allahu raped bar and Allahu shanked bar.
Yep. The other thing I want to shill to you guys, subject is planning a collaboration video. We are looking for entries.
Ooh.
We basically, the conclusion is he's been down in the dumps lately, and I had the idea that I think at this point we ought to do something positive.
Okay.
So
Dead bodies?
No, strictly positive.
Dead bodies are positive.
Dead bodies make you smile.
Yeah.
We're looking for sugar sweet, not bittersweet.
Oh.
But the thing is, we're looking for basically one thing Trump has done right in his presidency so far.
Oh, that's easy.
Yep, a short, sweet, to the point thing.
All right, that's easy enough.
Yeah, and the only qualifications are like a 2 to 3 minute clip, and we want to keep this as positive as possible. So please try to avoid bad mouthing as much as possible. I understand it will be a good.
I can't swear. I love swearing.
Oh no, swear as much as you fucking want. What I'm saying is try to have good at his expense, not the mainstream media's expense.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's just a nice feel good positive thing, because let's be honest, the internet needs some positivity as of late.
Yeah.
We need to be able to meme again. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be all the shilling I can think of right now. If you have YouTuber friends who want to get in on this, let them know. Although obviously, if we'll keep it to people that are closest if we start running out of space, basically.
All right, I'll see what I can dig up.
Yep. Tara, have anything to shill?
All right, I'm TerraSynn. You can find me on, of course, YouTube, IMVU, Twitter, and I fixed up a Facebook account. So you can find me on Facebook.
But who's going to look on Facebook? Because let's be honest,
hopefully
Facebook's
the fuckers
dying.
that are about to go to my Etsy page and order some wreaths and can't wait for me to get some purses on there, because they want to buy my shit so I can finally go and claim Burnside and, you know, like take my sharp claws to his flesh.
God damn, what did Burnside ever do to you?
Giggity. Giggity. Giggity.
No, he wants this to happen. He has asked for it.
Giggity.
So Burnside has asked for it. Burnside,
yeah.
Burnside,
He has literally asked for it. I have the text messages.
All my friends are weirdos.
Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. I'm not innocent in this either. But I attract all the weird people in the world.
Let me put it this way. I'm going to be dressed as Harley Quinn, not just for fun.
Giggity.
As long as I don't have to see the sex tape.
No. You're a token Protestant, so you don't get to have any of this fun.
No, but you might find it on Pornhub.
Maybe I'll stumble upon it when I'm looking for gun videos.
Yeah, since Pornhub's apparently more free speech than fucking YouTube. Look up news and boobs. It'll be hysterical.
Either hysterical or sad. We don't want to see the return of the boob tubers.
Alright, and on that note, I am the Burnside Film Project. Hopefully you know where to find my crap. You are here upon the YouTube. Then you
And in
gotta
the
go
toilet.
Yep, and in the toilet. And then there's also Gab AI, Twatter. Twatter's the only one I'm not the Burnside Film Project. On Twatter, I'm Burnside_bums. As far as BitChute and Gab AI, I'm the Burnside Film Project there. I got a Redbubble up, so I'm making crap.
And you want to buy his crap, so again, I can dig my claws into his ass.
Giggity.
There is so much wrong with that statement.
Well,
what's wrong with that statement?
You have subtly introduced coprophilia into this.
I don't think I know what that is.
Me
either.
The sexual attraction to poop.
Oh, that's so.
No. Digging my nails into his ass cheeks. I'm gonna make him look like he rolled around in a thorn bush.
Push the envelope, damn it.
No. See, we don't do that. We don't do that one. Or the golden showers. No. See, this me? No. I will hang up. I will go vomit, and I will have a PTSD moment.
No, the golden showers are saved for the golden nights. That's a hockey reference.
I don't watch hockey, so I don't give a fuck.
All right. Anyways, that's about that. So, call it a night. See you around, motherfuckers.
Bye.
See you.